Hi everybody, this is Dr. K. I'm an internal medicine physician and I have a master's in virology, so I know a little bit about viruses. This post is what the heck's going on in South Africa and the new variant. All we see are headlines, news articles and headlines that just pop on our phone, like, new variant, new variant. Like, what the heck? What is going on? So I like to use my friend, the coronavirus, which is something I made. And explain things in very simple terms. So what is a virus is this, it's really something that looks like this. It's got spike proteins, it's got a shell, and inside of it, is the blueprint that codes for all this, and this is called the RNA of the virus, and it kind of looks like this. Oh, it's upside down. It looks like that. So this is the genetic code. It's much bigger of this virus, and it really what happens is you go to a party and you're like, and someone sneezes in your face, and the virus goes in your nose, and this is a spike protein. It attaches to receptors inside your nose, and it enters this thing in your body, and it tells your body to start making more of this. And that's all it is. It's kind of like you have a building, you want more of this building to be made, so you put a gun to somebody's head and you're like, yo, here's the blueprint, make more of that. You're gonna make it. The thing with coronaviruses is that even if there's a gun to your head, you're gonna do a crappy job at making this virus. They make a lot of mistakes. So instead of this sequence, which is AAGA, whatever, they instead of the A, they put a G. Instead of a G, they put a C. They make mistakes. And these are mutations. That's just the nature of these viruses, and that's why they're so good at evading the immune system. So when they make a mutation, something changes about the virus, and it may actually change one of these proteins, or like the spike protein. So instead of it being like this, it may be more round, or it may something like that. And as a result, it changes the property of the virus. So these are the mutations that are happening all over the world, especially in areas that have low vaccination rate, because the viruses are just getting passed around and getting mutated. So these are the areas where the new variants come about. So a variant is when there's enough of these mutations, you get a new virus with new properties, and you're concerned about it because you have made vaccines and are using it all over the world. So you want to know whether the vaccines are still going to work against the virus. So you get variants of interest and you get variants of concern. And this is what's going on in South Africa is there's a new variant coming out, and it's not really interesting anymore. It's concerning because within just a few very short time span, it has become the dominant variant. Like the Delta variant that happened 6 months ago, and it took over the world. This new mutation, now it's called the Omicron variant, is a variant of concern because it's just taking over. And usually these mutations will cause the virus to be more transmissible. Like if I go to a party and I sneeze, instead of infecting 3 people, I can infect 10 people. That 10 people will go to different parties and sneeze and infect another 100 people. And this is how the virus just gets around. Now, the biggest concern and what they're talking about are the vaccines that are being used all over the world, like the Chinese Sinopharm vaccine, the AstraZeneca vaccine from England, the Pfizer and the Moderna. Are they still going to be effective? As we know, most of the variants that we've heard of, the vaccines have worked really well. Although their efficacy is not as great, they're still doing a good job. They're keeping the death toll from the virus at a very minimal level. But with the new variants, that's the concern. So they're doing research as we're going to sleep tonight. That's how serious they take these things. World Health Organization has committees and scientists and doctors and researchers dedicated to finding out the properties of these variants. And we will hear more about these. So there's no concern to freak out. If you're scheduled to get a vaccine, go get it. If you're already vaccinated, you're very well protected. It's going to take a lot of these mutations to change this virus to a degree that the vaccines are not going to work entirely. So one day we may get there, but I'm not sure if we're going to get there anytime soon. So the vaccines still work. Get vaccinated. Thank you so much, Dr. K.